Hi everyone, this is a free clearing working on the issue of abandonment. Any experience of abandonment that you're holding in the soul records that is magnetizing experiences or drawing experiences to you where you feel abandoned. Experiences of shock, pain, trauma, where in the history of your being you felt abandoned by the divine, by God or goddess, by life, by nature. Any kind of wounds of abandonment we want to loosen up and release today. So I have a chart that I'm working with all sorts of different discordant energies, different potentials and possibilities of discordant energies. And when I asked, what's the energy that I need to work on today? It's abandonment. So let's connect in. What I would love for you to do is just relax and receive this. So if you can lie down, or if you prefer to sit up, close your eyes, relax your body. Don't think too much. Just let it flow through you. It's more of a feeling experience than something that you need to think about or process, because what we're doing is we're calling in the energy of source, the energy of the divine, your spirit guides, your guardian angels to assist us to release these energies for you. Anything I have access to is because your inner being is saying, hey, I'm ready to let this go. I don't need this any longer. This is not helping my journey. It's not helping my evolution any longer to hold on to these energies. It's time for me to let this go. I'm ready to experience a new way of being, a new way of feeling, or a new way of experiencing life. So go ahead and just relax your body, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath and release it whenever you're ready. And I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to start with a little prayer to connect in. So I would like to call upon and invoke or bring forth the very highest vibration of source energy, which is love, to step into this clearing. I'd like to ask that all of the beings who are working with us come forward with ease, that any negative or limiting themes, challenges, choices, or programs that need to be clear easily and effortlessly, that I remain neutral and clear, and so it is. So I'm going to ask to connect my high self with the higher self of anyone listening, and this is in the present, in the future. And so myself, listener's high self, or both. Does this listener have a block to receiving or benefiting from this session? No. What about the modalities that I'm working with? No. And what about from me? No. So how long will it take to apply a prep to work list to me, my high self, the listener, their high self? Let's apply it now. This is a whole list of things that automatically get cleared, healed, restructured for you, so that you're fully open to receive healing. So often we'll seek out healing, but because of belief structures that we're holding, programming from our ancestors, programming from past experiences as a soul, we can hold blocks to actually receiving that healing. And so when there's a block to healing, you can go and work with many different healers, try to learn modalities yourself, and it just feels like nothing really works. Nothing really seems to shift what it is that you can feel is imbalanced within you. So it's the first thing that we want to look at. So are there blocks to receiving healing in general? Yeah. So no blocks to receiving this healing today, but there are blocks to receiving healing in general. So be like you would feel like, oh, I received it, that feels really good, and then just wouldn't get the deeper shift. So where do these listeners have a block to receiving healing? It's an energy of victimization, and this occurred in a past experience, a past life. So it could be your past life, or could be memories that you're holding from the collective. So not all of the past life memories we have are actually our lifetimes. Sometimes they're experiences where we've observed others and we're holding the imprint of what we have observed, and it's integrated in our being. We're holding the imprints or the energies from those experiences, and it feels like it was ours. It feels like it was our experience, but it wasn't. So where do we need to shift this? So past life experiences. What are the energies involved? A feeling of victimization, a feeling of suffering, frustration with life. So a belief or perception that, hey, well, life is suffering. Life is supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to be something that I hate. That saying, oh, life sucks and then you die. That's just a belief. It's not necessary. So this is a resistance to receiving a deeper level of healing, because there's a perception on some level of your being that you're supposed to feel victimized in life. You're supposed to suffer. Life is supposed to be hard. It's normal to hate life. And so we want to release this. So I'm just going to ask now, is this enough to clear it? No, this isn't enough information that I've gathered so far in order to clear it. So what do we need to do? What's the deeper awareness we need to have? These beliefs or perceptions are blocking the energy of empowerment in life, because the presence of victimization creates things that feel that you're weak, things that make you feel like you're weak, that you're helpless, that you're always victimized. You never have the power. You never feel empowered. Or if you do, it's just, it's a little bit, but it's really not true empowerment. So let's clear blocks to empowerment, clear blocks to manifesting. What else are these victimization programs blocking? They're blocking manifesting. They're blocking a feeling of purpose and desire in your life. They're blocking self-forgiveness. They're blocking self-preservation. So with this in mind, seeing all of the things that these programs, these beliefs are blocking, is this enough information now to clear these programs? Let's release this. So we're going to take these energies, the victimization, the hate of life, the suffering, and I want to ask if there are multiple strains of these programs moving through or within the bodies and minds that make up the soul. So I want to clear the multiple strains of these programs from everyone's being, all the way from spirit level down through all of the bodies and the minds that make up the soul, that make up their being, into the physical. Clear the energies, the programs of low self-esteem. To what degree has that been resolved? Any other victimization? Okay, so let's move closer to the theme of this clearing, which is abandonment. Is there anything else we need to know? So, to what degree is there a block now to receiving healing? 0. So the only reason that might change when you receive a healing from me is that you might have a block to healing certain issues. So whenever I work with someone, it's always the first thing I ask, is there a block to receiving or benefiting from the session, the modality, from me, from the issues that we're working with today? So if there is a block, we just clear it. It's no big deal. We just want to go in and look at why is there a block, and we just release it. I always want you to receive maximum benefit from any healing. Let's clear blocks to the understanding that experience is the process, that you're here to experience, that ascension is the purpose. Ascension, moving into higher levels of consciousness to experience yourself as one with source, one with love, to be able to experience your true nature and to bring that into all areas of life. There's no need to have separation. So let's look at abandonment now. Yes. There's an imprint of abandonment and abuse that occurred in a past life. This is a group of people. Is there harm to this group? It's a mental harm. And who harms them? A religious figure. What kind of a harm? What are they holding? Tremendous guilt. What else are they holding from the experience? Anger toward themselves, judgment towards self, low self-esteem, intolerance towards self, even feeling disgusted with oneself, a really extreme feeling of judgment or intolerance. So what was the result of this? It caused tremendous suffering. It blocked the ability to enjoy life. So what's the abandonment? It's an abandonment of self through extreme judgment. It's abandoning life through embracing suffering, blocking you from fully experiencing who you are, what life could be, by constantly cutting yourself down through judgment and intolerance. So, is this enough to clear it? Let's clear the lifetime, the program, the energy, and remove the discord. Let's clear any kind of mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual trauma from that experience. If someone, or if you, cut yourself down enough, there's eventually a point where you just stop trying. So where is that? Let's clear energies of self-limitation, abandonment of self through disappointment. Where is there a belief that you are a disappointment? Clear overwhelm, clear guilt, and clear frustration. So there's an energy here of guilt being closely connected to abandonment. Where do we need to release it? It's a program of hardship, mental and emotional hardship. And what's going on? Loneliness, guilt, anxiety, energies of alcoholism, confusion, and intolerance. Is this enough to clear it? Let's release it. Keep clearing that until it's cleared. We're releasing this through all levels of your being, all the cells of your body, and all areas of your life. We're inviting the energy of Source, which is love, gentleness, compassion, light, to move through your being, releasing this programming. This is no longer necessary. Clear any remaining low self-esteem. If we look at low self-esteem, let's clear all the strains of this program through all the bodies and the minds that make up the soul. Anything else that I need to know? So, any other programming of abandonment? Any other benefits of abandonment? So what needs to be downloaded? So let's download faith. And we're not talking just about spiritual faith in the divine. We're talking about having faith in yourself. Let's download love of self. Download comfort, confidence. You're allowed to be confident. You're allowed to feel confident. You have gifts, you have skills, you have abilities. Sure, you're always going to be improving, but let's look at where you are now. Appreciate who you are right now. Appreciate where you are right now. So download forgiveness of self. And forgiveness of self for all experiences where you've been judgmental, where you've been intolerant, where you've harmed yourself. Download self-forgiveness, self-esteem, self-control, determination, and relaxation. Let's download fun. So achievement, accomplishment, success doesn't have to be nose to the grindstone all the time. You can accomplish and achieve and experience success by having fun, by having relaxation, by experiencing freedom, generosity towards self, trust. So let's bring all of this in and let's download. I am an open channel of creative energy. I am loved and appreciated by others. All is in divine order, and I am accepting of this order now. I am flexible, and I experience others as flexible. I take responsibility for myself, and I allow others to take responsibility for themselves. I trust my future because I trust myself. Is there anything else that would be beneficial for me to clear or download today? Is there anything more to do? So let's go ahead and apply the mop-up list. I want to thank my high self, the high self of everyone listening, bringing forth light and eradicating darkness, limitation, and fear, and so it is. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Just bring your attention back into the physical body. Wiggle your toes. Move your hands. Just be gentle with yourself. Drink some extra water today. Ask, what is it that I need today? What do I need today in order to feel good, in order to feel uplifted, in order to feel nourished? What is it that you need to give yourself today? So abandoning oneself, abandoning life, it's not necessary. You have all of the skills, the abilities in the here and now to support yourself by just asking a few reflective questions and then taking action on the answers that come through. Please feel free to reach out if you would like to work with me one-on-one. We can go into any other types of programs or themes, patterns, challenges that you feel are running in your life. And with just some healing work, some deeper ancestral lineage clearing, we can go in and release those patterns so that you can experience something new. It's so much easier than you think. There's no reason to suffer. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day. Bye for now.